Should we? Okay, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I guess we can go ahead and start with this. I guess. So,
What's up,
um,
people?
yeah. So, what's up, everybody? Welcome to DGU podcast. I
Yeah.
really do appreciate you guys viewing the video today, as well as if you are in your car or working out and you are listening. Hopefully, you can hear me really clear because this is a brand new microphone. Yes, DGU podcast is upgrading the equipment. So I really do hope that this audio is a lot better than it has been in our past episodes. So I have a question for you, Adrian, right out the gates.
Shoot.
So I was wondering, um, do you think that we should, have the episodes numbered, or do you think we should just have them by topic base?
Well,
There's no wrong answer, by the way. It's
no,
like
no, no.
it's literally curious.
I think it's a little bit of both. I want the numbers, but I also want them titled. And
Okay.
I just don't think we should, um, off the bat, say what episode. Because speaking from our
Yeah.
terrible memory, we don't even know what. Because I mean, it's not like we want to keep count. It's we want
No, you're absolutely right. I feel the same way. I was actually hoping you were going to feel that way because for me, being able to like having to keep track on the number of episodes that you've done or that we have done as kind of like, obviously our show. I think it's with the responsibilities that we are undertaking, obviously, because obviously, as we spoke about, we've got so many different working parts to this whole thing that it's like, why overwork our minds in this capacity and being able to keep our minds on the bigger vision and not so much on the minute sides of things, like that's what I was kind of thinking about. So I'm actually glad that you're on that side of the spectrum because with you saying that, I mean, I'm like fuck yeah, like in my head I'm like a cheerleader, like yeah, because I would like for us to be able to just have the episodes just saying like whatever the topic is, or if there's a major topic in that episode, then just have that as the title instead of episode by season, etc., etc.
yeah, I'm on the same boat.
Okay, cool. Sweet. Well, that was fucking easy. See, this is something that, like, for our viewers, like, I really hope that they have as well, like, that they have someone like a friend or a partner or, something like that, that they can actually, like, kind of be real and ask these type of questions and not be afraid of what the answer may be, even
It's
if you're
funny.
on different sides of the spectrum,
It's funny you say that because last night we were talking about is our our strengths and our weaknesses, and one of your weaknesses is to ask for help.
That is my biggest weakness.
And it's
I
funny. It's funny
Yeah.
because you're such a successful person, and you. I don't know if it's the you want the title of that you do so well of this resume of you do everything that you want to do it alone, and it's something you've always done mostly alone, independent.
Mostly.
So I mean,
Mostly.
besides of course your wife, and but
Right.
before all that, and continue to your job and your career and your money making, it's all solo. So
Yeah.
I get it, but also it doesn't show weakness of your person, your personality of asking for help.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that. I don't feel like it is very weird because for me, in being able to ask people for help, that does not come natural to me at all. In fact, it comes so unnaturally to me that I just get like, it's not even like people like me having the fear of people looking down on me, but it's more so, I guess, of like, I've been on my own for so long that like even before my love and I have become a unit, everything like that, like pre us being together at all, like just me solo dolo, it's like I've been, and I'm sure a lot of our viewers can relate with this as well, but and I would imagine that you could too. But for me being so on my own for the last 11 years, or I guess like the past what was that? So up to I
13,
guess technically
12.
about 8 years. No, about 8 years on my own. On my like
Well,
all on my own, like solo
I,
dolo. Like
I just think you think of, if you want something to be done correctly, do it yourself.
that's exactly kind of where I was going with it. A long
Yeah,
story short, yeah.
I totally get that. And
Yeah.
it's not, I mean, I hope you don't think that I'll do it incorrectly or you belittle me and tell me like, no, just just stop. Just stop.
No, I don't feel like I belittle or anything like that. It's more so just like I guess like an accountability thing with me. I don't
Mhm.
know. Like cuz it just feels weird like whenever I was doing the cannabis deal with Andy,
Mhm.
Andy Feliciano,
Yeah, yeah.
me, him, and Vince, when we were all doing the cannabis deal, dude, it was like, it was great. Like they had their shit that they were doing. I would delegate responsibilities to them all day. They didn't have a fucking lick of what the hell was going on. And it was cool though, because in the beginning of that venture, Vince came through, got wheel loaders to us so I can go ahead and get the construction done. Andy went ahead and got all of the logistical shit, like the merchandise, the like all like I said, go ahead, find the best prices of these things, and here's the card, or let me know how much it is, and I'll give you the card number right there. And he went ahead and purchased. And it was very crazy to me because like as like when we were talking last night, I was thinking to myself, I was like, man, like this is I want this. I want what I had with the cannabis venture to be with this venture, because this is a venture. This is a thing. This is a business. This is a show. But at the end of the day, we're whether we like it or not, we are impacting lives, right? So it's one of those things that I want to be able to grow, and I'm per our conversation last night, you're on the same wavelength as I, which is you want this to become something great. You want this to become of something of an influence as well, which is that's kind of why we're here, is to be able to give our take on lives, on the world in general as we know it. So, I think about these things, and especially last night, whenever we actually talked about that, I was just thinking to myself, man, like if we can get to that point, then like literally we're fucking unstoppable. And I was just like, dude, this is legit. Like, as long as we can stay in order and stay consistent with everything, last year kind of fucked us, I think, just because, you know,
Everybody.
well, yeah, but like even for the sides of like podcasting, um we didn't do much episodes last year because, well, at the end of the day, it sounds like excuses all day long. However, it's more so, I see it more so of reasons, because for career wise, I was going through a different path as well, trying to figure that life out. And you were trying to get used to working from home, and that's difficult in itself, because you're a teacher and you're used to having that face-to-face interaction with the kids. So these are very large things that impact us as individuals, like it's I guess like at the end of the day, we do what we can to get to the next level, but then at the end of the day, like it's going to be us that tells ourselves, was it enough? And then I guess like at the end of the day, it's like the way that you confirm whether it was enough or not is you say, okay, you ask yourself, did you give it your all? Did you give it your 100%? Did that happen? Yes or no? Just flat out yes or no. And if it didn't happen, if you did not give your 100%, then you kind of have your answer, you know. And that's how I kind of feel with this venture, as well as like, did I give my 100%? I don't feel like last year I did, and I'm absolutely able and ready to, and like
Yeah,
ready to
it's
own that, if you will.
the accountability of
Yeah.
just, ourselves. And I was, you know engaged, and that was going through something, and you know that not falling through because of COVID, and
Are you
there
talking about the wedding?
yeah, yeah, like that took a toll
Yeah.
on both my wife and I. And
Yeah.
so um that kind of hurt. I mean, we also could have, it was just a health issue, we were just trying to be safe for our families, because
Which, that's a beautiful picture. That's like, that's behind you. My God.
yeah, that's Yosemite. Like,
Such a sexy picture for sure.
yeah, I mean, it was just so, the point of so exciting, new chapter, and that that hit my wife hard. And
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
we were on a roll. We were definitely on a roll. We'd see each other once a week if we could, and um, it was it was definitely in our schedule all the time,
Right.
and it was fun seeing each other. And then it just completely stopped.
Right.
Yeah. So, but we know. I mean, we could have done. I mean, I blame myself also. So it's not a in a one way road. So let's just move on and just keep on rolling. We just got,
Exactly.
it's always just get the ball rolling. Just get that
Hmm.
one foot, right foot, let the
I mean,
foot, let.
there is that old saying, if you build it, they will come. What is that, like Angels in the Outfield or something? Is that
Angels.
that movie?
I don't know about that. I
I
don't
don't
know
know
what.
either. I don't know. I just remember seeing it as a kid, and I was like, and it always stuck with me. Like ever since I was a kid, and ever since I saw that movie, if you build it, they will come. And it was about a baseball. It was a baseball movie,
Was it
and
in the
yeah,
outfield?
it was a baseball
And
movie for
I mean,
sure.
I'm a huge baseball fan, but
Well,
so,
no shit, Sherlock.
as much as I love baseball, I've only seen that movie a few times. I was big on Sandlot and Major League and Bull Durham.
Yeah,
Um, we gotta watch those movies. They're great movies. Those old movies, people don't understand it. There's life lessons in those things sometimes.
yeah.
Something you
No,
could
no,
look.
I absolutely agree. Like, as a kid, like I feel like nowadays it doesn't really happen that often to where you have these impactful movies that come out. Like whenever we were kids, we're athletes and everything of that nature, right? And if you have a movie that comes out that is of relativity to you and what you are actively doing and what you can aspire to be,
Yeah,
that's pretty compelling for sure.
it, I even also think like cartoons. Like back in the day, cartoons. I always thought like I was a huge Dragon Ball Z
Mhm.
um like anime kind of. And when I look back, I tell my wife, she's like you're such a kid. Like why did you watch that? I'm like, you don't understand. Like I learned a lot, and
Yeah.
there's just life lessons in there that, well, these Japanese, writers or the
Yeah,
writing
the
is,
animators.
wow. If people actually listen to these, like, and put this into life, and be who they want to be, and don't let the opinions of all this noise around you tell you that you can't do something, and you're too small, you're too fat, you're too poor, your family's nothing. And it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. It's about the heart,
Yeah.
you know, so that passion.
Dude, so my cousin Jake, he and I were talking, we talk about just about every day as well, right?
Oh, Jake. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm. Jake
He's
Lush. Yeah.
he's
Uh
in the
s-
army or
yeah, yeah,
navy.
yeah. Yeah. He's out in Hawaii.
That's awesome.
He's stationed out there.
Yeah.
So he and I talk just about every day. And the same as me and Russell, all that shit. So basically it goes like this. We were talking about this, that uh Oh yeah, he was saying that like we were having a lot of relativity of talking, right? And it was that he was saying, you know, his dad busted his ass as a kid, but he was taught the traditional values, which was basically the value of a dollar. But you know, with Jake, whenever he was growing up, he had jobs, like he was working jobs as well, so he could pay for the best equipment that he could have for the sport that he's playing, right? And I'm just thinking to myself, like, dude, well, I wasn't thinking, but I told him in the text, I was like, I'm the same way. Like, I was never given a platinum spoon or a gold spoon, not even a bronze, but I was given the opportunity, and that opportunity I turned into something, and that something I I used with I the fuck all my shit just like hold on, give me a second.
uh, yeah, uh, that's something. That's something I, as a coach, teach.
There, sorry, I think
And
it was just a
but
timer.
no, yeah, it's something I also teach in as a high school coach. Um, that, like, even just recently, I think it was yesterday, we put out our varsity and JV list,
Mm-hmm.
and there's so many that can be varsity, but we
Yeah,
have to kind of split them,
right,
and we do on purpose.
right,
The There's talented boys that are in JV,
right.
and today one of our boys found out that
What the fuck, man? I guess I'm just gonna be like this, so sorry, whatever.
he was mad because I told him he's going to go to JV.
Yeah,
But what I didn't, he doesn't understand, it's we want to give him experience. I want him to show me, prove to us that he belongs in varsity.
right,
And it's the opportunity given and taking advantage of that opportunity and showing that he should never have been in JV, and he worked his ass off, and it's proven that he's he's talented enough to be in varsity.
right.
And
And
we
what grade is he in?
he's a sophomore.
Okay. Oh wow.
So last year he
Sophomore,
was
so
a
freshman,
freshman.
sophomore. Okay.
So last year he was a
Motherfucking
freshman.
whore.
He was on varsity, and this year was like he didn't progress enough to be worthy of varsity, and we told him straight out, like, we want you to get experience,
Right.
build confidence, because once in the varsity, it's like it's full go,
Yeah.
the best.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, yeah, and especially playing at a varsity level as well. I don't know how it is here in California, but I know in Texas, dude, varsity is no fucking joke. It's like basically like these guys are so hungry and ruthless that like dude, they will just about go to any length to
Te- Texas, California, and like Florida
mhm,
are huge because it's, first of all, the weather is overall all year is great, and the dads want the kids to make it big because they never did, or
oh
because they,
dude, yeah, you have all of those. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. So there's all around year long baseball, football, whatever you want to call it, all the other sports that put their they put their money, their time into practicing and wasting, um, the travel, and parents like are full go. Like, I've heard a story. One of my coaches told me that his parents got divorced on purpose to for their kid to move out to a different college, because that's the only way they can transfer if one parent live with them or something like that. I was like, wow, what dedicated parents.
Yeah, no, seriously.
And
I
like,
mean, that's like,
Texas. in football and high school football stuff, like they shut down the whole city for that night for football.
Wait,
It's
you're talking about a smaller town, right? Or
that last part I just said about closing down the city and all that stuff.
Mhm.
Yes, that's mostly small.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, with that one, definitely like they put a lot of like the community, because a lot of the communities are smaller. Like yeah, they're definitely smaller. So it's going to be more so of your businesses that are sponsoring the schools,
Yeah, yeah,
and they definitely will come out and rally. Like I personally have seen that myself, which is really cool. Don't get me wrong. But I also see it as like I totally get it. Like for parents out there that want to like do anything and everything for their kid, just give them like all the opportunity. It's all about opportunity.
yeah.
Like dude, my mom did the same shit with my sister and I. She literally moved us from Beaumont, Texas to Dallas, Texas to be able to play ice hockey, and because we had way more opportunity there. That's the way it went down with us. But see, like I don't I guess it's kind of like a double-edged sword because of my thoughts on this topic, because it's like you can have like your kid could be really good at at the X thing, right? Whatever it is. But at the moment that you're moving just for your kid to be playing at this school or be playing the sport, I think I think that's a little bit much. And that's coming from me, of all people.
Did you feel the pressure?
It's not the pressure.
No.
It's the fact of it's not, it has nothing to do with the pressure. I would say that it's because like, what if, like, let's say like this, and you know this because your brother used to be in the MLB and playing for the majors and still is for the Mexican teams.
Correct.
But the fact of it is this: not everybody is going to make it. Just like you went in, you fucked your shit up, and that's all she wrote. You could have been there had you maybe, and I'm not saying this is the fact, but had you maybe taken care of your body a little better, had you done some strength conditioning, have you done some dieting, whatever the case, whatever it is, whatever. But the fact of it stands is that the ratio to be able to make it in the majors versus not exactly is super, super small. So with that said, it's like, dude, like that's why I feel the way I feel when parents, with the topic you brought up, which was the fact that the parents are moving to different places for this kid to be in this specific sport or the team, whatever. If you do not feel as, or if you are delusional on the point of your kid actually being good enough for whatever this shit is, like you're different. You're a rare breed, right? Like that's just the way it is, because I've seen you play and you're fucking great. But the thing is that with these other kids, you've seen it and I've seen it. There's kids that are shit players. They are terrible. They would have to fucking train all the time to be the amount of person that you or even I are in the specific sport. That's the way it goes. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Dude, I wish I was able to tell some of my teammates, dude, you fucking suck and you need to practice more, because I was doing the same thing. I
So
had like at a go, what?
no, just saying nowadays the kids are soft. The generation's soft.
Super soft.
I can't tell these kids anything. They
What?
cry.
Because they'll get discouraged or what?
They cry about it.
Really?
They like their mentality of somebody tells them they suck,
Mm-hmm.
just nail it in their head and tell
God
themselves,
damn.
I suck. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm not good enough. Whatever they would tell themselves, that negativity. And so they believe it. And so
Damn.
when we grew up and somebody told me, you suck, I was like, I'll prove to you and I'll show you that I do not suck and I'll work my ass off. It's that competitive. I'm very
Oh,
competitive.
that's funny.
That competitiveness comes out
Yeah, no, I
so
bet.
yeah,
I'm not surprised by that either. And that's the way that it should be though.
it should.
Absolutely.
Then I'm scared to tell these kids that they're not good. But there are some kids that are passionate, and there are kids that are. There's this kid in my team that 4.0 grade point average.
Mm-hmm.
our best player, his dad, like full go batting cages, goes travel ball, pays whatever for, you know, somebody to show him how to play, blah, 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 the full
Right.
go. But he gets discouraged at times when, he doesn't show up. He doesn't
Right.
do well.
Wait, whenever the player doesn't show up to the game or the
No,
practice?
show up mean as in doing well in the sport or in that game kind of thing.
Oh, to like kind of show out, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotcha. 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 Gotcha.
The the talent's there, the mentality's there. He's passionate. He's a leader. He's everything you want in a player as a
Right.
coach.
Right.
But when he doesn't do well, he gets very down in his head, and it shouldn't be that way because
I
he's
can
trying.
relate with that.
But
I
yes, I can
personally can
definitely
relate
work.
with that
I can. I can
because
definitely work.
I know for me, like even like let's say whenever me and my love, like we go play tennis, right? I'll get super aggravated with myself. And it's like it's like how I cope with my mistakes.
Yes.
Like in business, it's completely different. It's a totally different animal, 100%. But basically, it's like this. If you were to if you okay, so if I was to like screw up in business, I'm like I laugh it off completely because I'm like, well, shit, it's just a mistake that's going to cost me money. That sucks, but let's try not to do it again, you know?
Yeah.
But in a sport, I'm like, fuck. Like I wish I hit the ball. I wish I didn't like I wish I had the tighter grip so the ball would actually go to the other side so my wife could give me the return. Like there was always something that like if I fucked up in some way, form, or fashion, I felt that it was so stupid of me, which that's where I kind of get in my head a little bit about it. Not but like not to where it's self-sabotage, more
No.
so of that I'm teaching myself a lesson that
Yeah.
only I can really do to me. Like a coach my coaches in the past have been able to come out and tell me, God damn it, Damien, do it this way, do it this way. You did it again. You did it again. And I'm like, fuck. Like I'm glad somebody's holding me accountable so I can understand that what I'm doing wrong versus what I'm doing
They
right. I
expect
like,
better.
huh?
They expect better of you.
Well, yeah, and
They know
I wanted to make sure that they understood that I am trying to do better, like that
like
I am being insight and in mind about this specific action and situation because the better that I am, the better that our players are, as you
the
know,
you
the better
strive.
your team is going to be.
Yeah.
That's just flat out how it goes.
I get it because even for myself,
Yeah,
as a pitcher, if I'm thinking in my head, I always think perfection.
right.
No,
Well,
never.
yours position
Yeah.
in sports in baseball is totally different.
Yeah.
We were talking about this last night actually about how because yesterday you took on a whole practice of the team by yourself, and I
Yeah.
even brought up how the fuck is that even possible because you have your batter, your pitcher, your catcher, your outfield people, your base guys. That's 5 different fucking positions.
Yeah. It's
How the fuck
40.
is one person supposed to do that?
Yeah. 40 players.
And 40 players on top of it. Like what the
Yeah.
hell, Adrian? I mean, hey,
Like,
kudos to you, my friend. Kudos to you.
it was not. It was overwhelming.
I
No, but like
bet.
I said, like I expect better for myself. So when I suck, I
Right.
do get down. Like my player. I totally
Right.
get it. I get down on myself because I expect better. I expect perfection. And
Right.
when I don't get it, I'm pissed.
Right.
What the fuck did I do wrong?
Yeah.
Why did I do this better?
Yeah.
Why and it's but that mentality gets you better.
Right. No, it definitely does. You're completely correct on that.
Yes.
It will
If
get
you're
you
if
better.
you're content with I did okay. You're
Hmm.
never that you're never gonna go
Right.
to the top level. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I get it, but if it's don't put your head down. It's get
Right.
mad
Right.
and be ready for the next because in baseball, it's so fast. You have to have a short-term memory. You have to. You make an error, give me another one.
Right.
You give up a hit, the next guy is not getting a hit. I'm
Right.
getting a double play. I'm striking out the next motherfucker.
Right.
So it's that bulldog mentality of I need to stop the bleeding in a certain way, like stop
I
it.
wish I would. Well, I guess it would be wrong for me to say that I wish, but I think that with people, it would be good to like how my love does this to me is that she's like, don't put so much thought into the negative actions, put more thought into how to get it better and focus on the getting better versus you doing shitty for whatever it was that you did shitty of. And
Well, explain that to me one more time.
so overall, it's like self-sabotaging
Okay, but
overall
for you to other people or for yourself?
for other people. I can't wish to other people because if I was to wish that, hey, I wish everyone was like this, then that I think that would be kind of fucked up to say.
Yeah, okay, I get what you're saying.
If I was to say, I wish, like, here, example, I wish Russell was better at flying a drone. That's something that's not right for me. I don't feel like that's right for me to say.
Hey, Russell, you need to get your shit together.
No, but seriously, like it would be something like that. That it's something that I have no control over.
Yeah,
You know, I'm not him.
I get that. No, and it's
And
expectation.
by the way, I just want to say this, Russell. I'm not saying you're a shitty pilot. I'm just saying, literally, this was an example of a purpose.
No, I know, and I get like even when we're playing a friendly game of cornhole.
Yeah,
Okay, if you're my teammate, I want you to be better,
yeah,
and if I can help you anyway and teach you how to throw the damn bag a little better, I would love to. But I'm not going to be that guy to tell you, stop sucking. I'm a motivator. I have a very
right,
high energy. I love to teach if I
right,
can. If I'm skilled enough in a certain area, I love
right,
to.
right,
Yeah, if I know something that somebody else doesn't,
right,
throw that content out. Love to
right.
tell you. I have the information. I would love to give it to you. As vice versa, I wish somebody else would give me information. I don't know, like you help me in certain things, and so I'm just a giving person like that. So
Right.
uh, some people take it, you know, they take it defense because they think I'm putting them down or telling them that they're not good enough, kind of thing. It's like no, I just want you to be
And
better.
you're talking about your players right now, right?
Sure.
Who is it that you're talking about, or is there anyone that you're specifically talking about, or is it just
Um,
being general?
no, it's there's certain players that have the talent, they have the work ethic,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't have the mentality. So like when pressure comes,
Mm-hmm.
they shit the bed.
Ah, and in
So
baseball, I feel like there's a shit ton of pressure because I feel like
time
as
is stopped.
okay, so here's something. As much as baseball is a team sport, it seems just as much as it is an individual sport.
It's 50-50.
It's so fucking weird.
And that's what I love about it. Because there's no time. You need to hit, play defense, and pitch. Three categories. You can do real. I mean, you can hit the shit out of the ball all day, but if a pitcher can't throw a strike, can't get an out,
Right.
you're screwed.
But see, that's where I feel like the sport of baseball is more of an individual sport.
Yes. For
Because
more.
if you come around, let's say somebody hits the ball and it
Yep.
goes into the outfield,
Yep.
and that catcher in the outfield misses the ball,
Yep.
and it's all on that person, which becomes an individual sport. It's the craziest shit.
And then guess who gets more pressure? The pitcher. because
Yeah, because now they have to strike that person out.
now he has to throw more pitches
Right.
for self. Like now I have to do it myself.
Yeah.
I can't trust the guys behind me.
Yeah.
I have to do it myself, and
And
that's what's
that's
so beautiful.
and that right there is exactly how I feel about the whole thing of
Oh
like
yeah,
if you want to do it,
yeah.
if you want to have something done right, then do it yourself.
I totally understand where you're coming from.
Yeah. No, I know. I know. I'm just saying for the viewers that are listening, like if you like kind of getting a train coming back around, like that's a perfect example of how I feel a lot of the time just with anything. And it's nothing to do with anyone in particular. It's literally just having to do with me and my own mind.
and,
And
and
that's just how it goes.
and so how I deal with it is like, let's say somebody makes an error, where it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I can't expect them to do everything. Shit happens.
Right.
Let it.
Well, I mean,
What
that is
gets
very
me,
true. Shit
what gets me
happens.
mad is that if they fuck up, they own up to it. I'm like, hey, my bad. That's on me.
Right.
I got your back next time.
Right.
But the guys that get mad and mope about it,
Right.
and then can't give me the face to face, like they go hide. I'm like, don't fucking hide.
Yeah.
Like you know what you did.
Right.
And so like those are the guys that piss me off. That
Right.
think they're it, but they suck,
Right.
or certain things like that. It's like no, be accountable and saying I suck. I should be better, and I'll do it correctly next time. That's what you expect yourself, right? If I tell you, hey, I'm gonna do this, you expect me to do it correctly.
Mm.
And if I do incorrectly, I want you to tell me, hey, you're doing this shit wrong. You're fucking
Right.
up. Come on.
Oh yeah.
But there's certain people that can coach shit, like teach
Right.
it in a way like, hey, this is how you do it, like step by step kind of thing.
Right.
And they accept like, oh shit, I appreciate you the basic step by step thing. I get it. I'll be better, you know.
Right. No, I mean that's exactly the way it is, and I I I completely support that entirely. Sincerely, I do. I mean, because like you you're at the point that you know you're no matter what, everyone wants to get better. At least you should.
Of
That's
course.
something that you should want to do.
And
And just like our podcast has evolved, like we went from recording on this
I
to
know.
now being able to do all this that we're doing right now and to be able to have like kind of grow. Yeah, there's been an investment, but the investment is there, and now it's basically kind of just working on the residual. And that's what a lot of people, I feel like, don't they don't really I don't feel like people are ready for a lot of that overall. And we've talked about this in past episodes overall with people wanting to start something, but you're wanting to have gratification right then and there, like it's instant gratification. And it's bad. It's really, really bad actually for a lot of people because it set yourself up for a very large disappointment.
Yeah, some people think the risk is not worth the reward.
Yeah. Well, it's like Rob Bailey from Flag Nor Fail. Um, it's a fitness brand. Um, Even he was saying about it that there was someone that asked him a question that, hey, I work a 9 to 5 right now, and I'm thinking about opening up my own business, but I don't really know if I want to do that. And Rob Bailey comes out with saying, well, if you don't feel like you can put in the extra hours to like on your 9 to 5 plus putting your own time or putting your time into something that's yours, then don't even try starting your own business because you're literally going to be doing over 40 hours a week plus whatever it is that you're doing. So basically it's going to be about 100 hours a week. And if you can't handle that, then there's no reason why you should have a business of your own because it literally does take that. You're working from literally the ass crack of dusk to dawn, literally speaking. And especially like, if you're going ahead and doing like what we have something that's creative, right? So, you have to have design work. You have to have the vendors. You have to have the shit to make stuff. If you want to be your own person and your own vendor, then you have to be able to make your own shit. You have to figure out all these things, and there's no handbook. There's no handbook out there that's saying, "Oh, hey, yeah, go ahead and do this."
This is how you do it. Yeah, no.
There's no handbook stating exactly how you're supposed to do something. So now at the end of the day, you have it to where people are literally in their heads like, well, I want to become rich and famous. I want to just become rich. I don't give a shit about being famous. Whatever your kind of
Yeah,
poison is,
time where they work.
dude, yeah, you have to spend time on your craft. And just like what we've done, you realize that we've been in this 18, 19, 20, 21,
Years.
3 years now. We've been doing our podcast for 3 years now. And 1 year I feel like was robbed from us, which was last year, it is what it is. But I also feel that our listening base has definitely, it's not even a feeling, but it's a fact. It has increased. And that's a good thing, though. But that also should motivate us to be able to pump out more content, which is obviously what we're doing here. And, what I would love is something that we haven't really had too much of, which is the interaction of our audience coming to us
Yeah.
and telling us what they would like to listen to, what they would like for us to talk about. I think what you should do, you might want to write this down. I don't know. I think you should possibly like maybe make a post on our Instagram
Mhm.
and even the oh my god, and even
TT.
TikTok.
TT.
TikTok. TikTok. So I think you should put some stuff on those platforms,
Yeah.
and to get people to like come in and tell us like, hey, what do you think? By the way, Adrian's the one that is in control of all social media, so I don't do shit about it. That's all
Social
him.
media manager.
Yeah, he's the manager. He's the one that deals with all that shit. So I I do not do any type of. I'm the one that will do the videos, but then I will send them to him, and whatever he does with them, that's what he does with them. Just so all of y'all know. But no, that's I'm glad that we had that discussion last night though, because I feel like even for us, it's a good kind of revamp, kind of let's revisit the portfolio and see how we are supposed to do this. Let's see what we are supposed to do. Let's see, just anything that we have missed out on and that we can do better. It's all about bettering and evolving rather than evolving. I mean, evolving rather than revolving, if you
Yeah,
will.
it's like you said, it's the adjustment of new stuff because there's always something new.
Yeah.
And like trends,
Yeah.
with new trends.
Yep.
Something's always happening. Something's happening. Like they like it, this like that, and it's the adjustment because as they like teachers, old teachers right now, like the Zoom meetings classes,
Mm-hmm.
some can't adjust to it, and they quit. They're retired because they can't adjust to this new
It's like
technology.
trying to teach an old dog new tricks.
Yeah, so it's like I understand, but there's some people that are like embrace it and say,
Mm-hmm.
"Hey, this is how it's gonna happen. This is a
Yep.
new norm. I have to
Yep.
I, and learn." And a lot of teachers, no idea, no idea how to do it.
Right.
But luckily, they get help, and there's younger people, and
Right.
it worked out. But they tried. It's the effort that to try new something, even if you don't like it, like TikTok, and you want to barf. But think about this new
I
social media.
do. I
People
do.
are making bank
Oh, I know. And that's
off of
why
these
that's why
stupidest
I
videos.
that's why I suggested it last night. Even though I
So
hate it so much, I feel like
how
it's
about
something
you
that
make
we
some
should definitely be into.
dances? don't know, start dancing, start singing. You know, you might go viral and you
I
make
don't
some
want to
money.
fucking do that. I don't
Oh,
want to do the whole dance thing. All I would rather do is post a little clip up of our episode and then have that go ahead and do something so they know what they're going into. I don't want to fucking do all that shit. Personally, I really don't.
okay.
I promise you. I really don't want to do that. And I get it. You know, there might be some people that's like, "Oh, well, you should do whatever you're not comfortable with." I don't want to do it because number one, like I just feel like I'm a grown ass man and I don't think I need to be doing any type of dances. Like like I just don't feel like I should be doing any type of dances. Like I would
So,
rather go ahead and
so
like
I'm,
focus
I'm gonna
on
give you an example, and I want you to tell me if you would adjust and do these things.
okay.
Let's say you have a child,
Okay.
and your child's on TikTok,
I feel like I already know where the fuck this is going.
and your child says, "Daddy, I want you to do this new dance with me, and I'm gonna put it on my story so my friends can see that we're together, and you don't. Would you do it?
Yes.
Okay. There's certain things that you were like, you know what? For that person, for the certain things that I hate, I'm uncomfortable doing, but it makes that person happy. Just like your wife would ask you something that you
Right.
comfortable with and you don't do. I've done many things that my wife said, like I said, I was never that touchy feeling guy and emotions. I used to hide my emotions. I used to hate being so physical around people because there's something that I saw from my parents that they were
Right.
going all that stuff. So it made me uncomfortable. I didn't want to do it because that's not me.
Right.
But that's something my wife is very much. My
Right.
parents very, you know, lovey dovey and all that good stuff, and that's what she wants, and that's
Right.
her happy, and she feels other people around her make, you know, it shows them how intimate and loving we are, which we are.
Right.
I just want to be more private about it.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. That is very true. I know for us, like in regards to our podcast show, I don't know. I just like, I like to be able to like I think between the two of us, I think we both know and our viewers know that I'm definitely more so on the business side of things more than the kind of entertaining side of things. And I think you are where like you're the better half of me that comes into play and is more so of the entertaining one. And I'm more of the like straight up business one. And it's not a bad thing. It's
No,
actually quite great because you get to take up some of the slack that I don't want. I sincerely don't want. And
yeah,
you get to take that over. And I'm like, fuck yeah, I don't have to do that. Fuck yeah, this is legit.
yeah.
So
It's the same thing as like my wife. Like we're opposites.
yeah,
It's something that I she's not a sport person.
yeah,
I'm all about sports, and
right,
she's okay with watching Sunday Night Football. She's okay watching the Dodgers with me because
right,
that's something I enjoy, and she knows
right.
I've always done my entire life, and it makes me happy and it makes me be there.
Exactly.
So adjustments,
Right.
but there's
Yeah,
people that
no,
are no.
that's
I'm
that's
not
big.
changing because of you. I'm not doing these certain things that other people are doing. Blah 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 blah. And it's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta accommodate to certain things.
No, and you are completely correct. You are absolutely right. I feel like it'd be a great platform because like I said, I don't feel like there's anybody that's in favor of anything. I feel like everyone's got like a very kind of open way to being able to get noticed. I know for me, like here's something that I've been going into recently. Um, so talking about being noticed, um, I am actually in the process of trying to get with an agent to do acting, to do movies, to do shows, whatever, TV shows and stuff. Um, I'm trying to get into that space because I've already got my SAG-AFTRA I'm already established with that. SAG-AFTRA is the union for show business. So for an actor or for a stuntman, you have to, like, in order to work for union
We
jobs,
agree.
you have to be registered with SAG-AFTRA, which is Screen Actors Guild, and or AFTRA. But then, like, I don't know, I think it was like 8 years ago or so, something of that nature. They combined forces. So SAG-AFTRA, SAG, Screen Actors Guild, and AFTRA, they both joined forces, and that's now it's considered SAG-AFTRA.
That's awesome. I didn't know about.
Well, that's something, and it's something that I've kept behind closed doors, like pretty much just like I'm the only one that really knows about it, because like, I before I start talking about it and everything, like this is the first time I've actually publicly spoken about it. Um, this is like something that I've really always wanted to do, the acting deal, and I've always wanted to be in show, like TV shows and movies and all that stuff. And but I've always wanted to be more so like I think a lot, I'm gonna get a lot of shit about this one, but more so like the Tom Cruise side of things, which is like doing your own stunts and your acting, all this shit. Like I would like to do that. And I feel like, I have, I'm old enough that I can do this correctly. And like versus whenever I was like 21. When I was 21, I think I was 21 or 22, I got onto Hawaii 5 and as a stuntman. And so um, my stunt coordinator, Jeff Cadiente, I was young and I was so appreciative of the opportunity that for me, I come from the South. So that's a big thing, because coming from the South, any big opportunity you get, you're going to be super grateful for. Well, I think what happened was they took, or he, Jeff Cadiente, probably took that as like a straight up newbie, and was like, this kid's weird. Like, why is he like so appreciative of the opportunity? Like, this is just kind of weird. And I think about that even to this day. I'm like, man, like if I wasn't so like up and giddy and so grateful for the opportunity, then I wonder where I would be. I wonder who else I would have gotten introduced to. I wonder where this whole thing could have gone.
I can see that whole thank you, thank you. Oh my god, thank you so much. Oh my
That's
god,
how I
really,
was.
really.
I whenever
He's
he
like,
was dropping,
all right,
he was dropping me off at so after a shoot one day, we went, we got a wrap, and then he was bringing me back to my car, and which was near our shoot, and we had just finished eating, um and he was dropping me off. And I remember just before he was dropping me off, I was like, "Hey, Jeff, I just really want to thank you for this opportunity that that you've given me. I really do appreciate it, and I hope that my work has kind of proven itself out. But I definitely want to say thank you for the opportunity that you've given me, because this is a pretty big deal." And he tells me, "You're no, don't even sweat it, man. You're very welcome. Like, I've already given you your qualification, so you don't have to go on 4 other shows. This would be your show that you get qualified to get your SAG-AFTRA, all that stuff." And I'm like, I didn't even know what he was talking about at the time, but at that time I was like, oh shit, like this is cool. This is a guy that literally his best friend was Bruce Lee's son, Brandon Lee. Yeah. And so like that's
Brucey's
the dude,
shit.
that's the dude that I was in the same fucking car with. How could you, seriously though, how could you not be so, and okay, even crazier shit. This dude I actually watched as a kid. I had no idea. The movie is called The Crow. If you watch it, and if our viewers watch it, it's called The Crow. It has Brandon Lee in it, and Brandon Lee was Bruce Lee's son. In the movie, he actually died in the actual movie. And they basically, the story goes, a very short thing. The grips, the stunt grips, put in a they put a live round bullet into the gun and it was not a blank. So whenever they went up to go ahead and shoot, pow, they actually killed Brandon Lee. That's what happened. So what happened after that is um, Jeff Cadiente was Brandon Lee's stunt double full time. So Jeff went ahead and finished that film outright. The Crow. He finished it completely. As a kid, I saw this movie a lot, just like with the movie Spawn. That was another movie that was kind of in that in that era, and The Matrix and Blade, and those movies, like all those movies are kind of like in the same era. And I watched all those. So I was like, hell yeah, like this is legit. But like I knew as a kid, I wanted to become an actor. I wanted to do something in the show business, the movie industry, the show, like TV, stuff like that. And so it was cool that later on in my life, 21, 22, around that time, I got to go on Hawaii 5 and do stunts on there. And yeah, but like that's what I've been working on lately is getting calling out. I actually called SAG-AFTRA a few weeks ago now, and basically I'd asked them, I was like, hey, who am I supposed to go to like get with an agent or whoever? And they broke the whole thing down for me. And I was like, all right, cool. So they actually have links on their site that direct you to the agencies of where to go to that do business with SAG-AFTRA specifically. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I basically I'm trying to reverse engineer the process of which I did not know of as a 21 or 22-year-old. Now as a 31-year-old male, I'm like, okay, I know business and I know how to reverse calculate this shit. Let's go ahead and go to that place. Who am I? Ask them who I'm supposed to speak with, and ask those people who I'm supposed to speak with, and just network all the way around. And that's basically how I'm attacking this at this point, is by calling all these people, and I'm like, hey, are you guys seeking talent? No? Okay, cool. Thanks for the information. Go on to the next one and repeat. Like I did that. I probably made I don't know, probably 15 phone calls last week. Maybe before that, in a day. Like it only took me like 30 minutes. And I'm just calling like a fucking madman. And someone said, yeah, we're looking for talent. I'm like, okay, well, what about a stuntman and actor, like combination? And they're like, yeah, just go ahead and go on our site, fill out your profile. The more is the better. And we'll contact you by week's end. So I was like, okay, cool. Still no call. But although I haven't followed up either, so I should probably do that tomorrow. But point is, that's what I've been working on as well. Again,
That's awesome.
with everything else that's going on too. These are all the things that I'm kind of working on. So I hope that, I mean, it's cool because in acting, in the show business, there's never an age that you can expire. It's like forever. As long as you fit the script, then you're all good to go. So that's what I want to do. And I've always wanted to do that. So that's kind of what I'm working on at this time as well, in lieu of everything else that's going on.
That's fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah.
It's kind
Sorry
of
for
like,
the long-winded story, but that's
oh, it's like you're chasing your dream. I never knew about this. This is the first time I ever heard.
well, that's yeah. So yeah, this is like something that I don't talk about too often just because, there's so many people that talk it and talk is shit. And I'm just like, dude, I don't want to be one of those guys.
There's
I'd rather,
certain there's certain things that you should just keep private.
yeah. And this is one of those things that I feel like I should have kept private, but
Because there's gonna be haters, always haters.
yeah, no, you're
If you
absolutely
talk about
correct.
certain things, they like sometimes you want to keep it private until hey,
Yeah.
I've been
Yeah.
working
No,
for a long time.
you're absolutely correct. And that's how I feel. I'm like, I want to do this stuff, but because we're on our show, we own this show outright. I feel like, it was a cool way for me to kind of talk about this because I haven't talked about it with really anybody overall. Like I told my love about it months ago. I think towards the end of last year, I was talking something about it. And I was just thinking to myself, like, yeah, like this is something I want to do. And she's like, I never heard about this. Why haven't you ever told me about it? I'm like, I don't know. Like
I'm
I
a
don't,
shy boy.
I don't even think I don't even know if I don't even think it's the fact that like of being shy. I think it's more so just like, I've always like it's like a dream to chase,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm doing it within reason because how I'm doing it, and this is what a lot of people should like, a lot of our viewers that are listening in, I think this is, you can follow my lead on this however you want to. I don't care. It's your life. You do what you want, but this is how I'm doing it. Is that, and this is, you can take this for any other design of your life and career path.
The commitment.
Yeah, but what I'm doing, what I've done is I've made sure that my household, my bills, my money is all good to go before I go into something else. If you have $1,000 in the bank, that's not bad. As long as you know that you have X amount of time before your water, your fountain runs out, that you can, as long as you're timely about everything, basically, and as long as you're staying on your grind and your hustle, that's what I do. All I'm doing is staying on top of my grind and my hustle. And, as long as I have money coming in, then I'm good to go. And I can focus on, and I can do all these other creative shit, just like our show, you
I
know?
love I love this story because you and I both share the love for Jim Carrey, and it's kind of like the whole
Yeah. Fuck yeah. That's my dude right there.
yeah. So like that whole story of his, and writing that check of himself, and that's that whole story. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Never,
yeah.
never
His
heard
whole
about
thing, his whole story was really cool too. I looked into some of his documentaries, or the documentary on YouTube that he's got out, and it was, dude, that was fucking cool. Like they were all like, his family was homeless, and he started making it, and before you know it, he was all good to go. And it really just like, those are the type of success stories that I look at, and I'm like, man, like if these guys can do it, I'm business mindset type of person. I know I can do it. It's just I have to be given the chance to do it. And as long as I fit whichever role that it is, then I think we'll be good to go. So that's why I am just like, and plus now I'm in the fucking show business capital of the world. It's California.
yeah,
And like I feel like I should be able to get a lot of good stuff going on here because I am in California. And I'm only what, like an hour and 20 minutes away from LA, and about 45 or 55 minutes away from San Diego. That's not bad at all.
yeah. There's people in the world that would love to be in your shoes when you're at a location because
Oh yeah.
show business.
But you see, like but I have something that most people don't have. That's trying to go for this industry. I have the brains for the money that I've wanted to make, and I've been able to make that type of money. And now I'm being able to still stay on my hustle and grind, but in my free time that I have, I go ahead and work on this other shit, which this kind of goes into something else. So, time management. I actually talked about this on my story a few weeks, I think about a week ago or so, is that a lot of people ask, um, like, how can you do, like, you're just one guy. How can you do all these different things? And I thought about this, the response from me. I'm like, I've thought about like how I can respond to it. But the only way that I can think about responding to it is this. And this is the truth. It's time management. You spend an hour doing one thing, you spend an hour, like you basically break up your days in 8-hour days. And instead of working a 9 to 5, for me, my 9 to 5 is going to be stuff that is going to make me money. So if it's merchandise design, that's money. If it's calling for agencies, that's potential money. If I'm going ahead and spending like 30 minutes on researching cryptos, that's money. If I'm now calling out for the next 2 or 3 hours to potential investors for an investment fund, that's money. So like I literally divide my days up in hours to like between like an hour to 45-minute increments, like somewhere between there. That's what I do. And like that's how I'm able to go ahead and get all these other things going on, is because I'm still working on everything diligently, but I just have my days like timed correctly. And I have like alarms going on throughout the day, dude. Like honest to God, I have alarm like to remind me, hey, like my top right of the screen, I have the time, but I don't want to, like, I get zoned the fuck out. Just like I'm going in for my drone pilot's license. I said it clearly this time, my drone pilot's license. I'm doing that too. And I have that going on in the background. So it's like it's like, you know, everybody can do this. It's just the lesson learned that I'm trying to put out there is manage your time wisely and divide the time out accordingly, which is how your priorities are going to be straightened up, which is where you're going to make your money. As long as your money is correct, then you can go after all these other things.
And we talked about this before in one of our episodes.
Oh, I know, time management. But it's a thing that it's a topic that I feel is underrated.
Oh, absolutely. And who teaches you time management?
I mean, they,
Who taught
I
you?
guess, I guess they make a book or so about it, but people don't read
Read about
nowadays.
it, you can also learn about it. But unless you look for it and you actually think about what that is, you'll never.
Right. Right. No,
Run
you're
advice.
completely correct. You're absolutely right. And that's where I feel
And
like,
it's very key. Key
yeah.
time management. It's just like budgeting and understanding. It's
Oh, absolutely. Dude, I am so ecstatic that you brought that up. Sincerely.
yeah.
It's, dude, that's a great thing that you just stated. Um, but, uh, but yeah, that's like, I just, that's the way I feel about it. I feel like you just have to, stay on top of the time management and take it from there.
I love your dedication to it. You're like full go.
Yeah,
No.
well, I try to be. I definitely do try, but you know, it's a lesson for me. It's a lesson for pretty much anyone that's listening to be able to kind of understand how, you know, you go out and you kind of have to organize
Do,
things properly.
do, do. A lot
Yeah.
of people say, a lot of people think they never do.
Yeah. If you're gonna talk the talk, then walk the walk.
My players say, Coach, I'm gonna be the best player. I'm gonna. I'm like, a lot of this. Show me.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right.
Your
You're
words mean shit.
yeah. You are completely correct. Well, um, I think we should go ahead and wrap it up for today. I think this is a badass episode, personally.
So
I really do believe I believe that to be quite true. Um, but hopefully that do you have any last words that you'd like to say, Adrian,
no,
or
we're good to go.
no?
I just
Okay.
hope people, inspire to be the best selves and chase their dreams that they've always wanted to,
Yeah.
follow.
Yeah.
Do what they wanted to do because it's never too late. Nothing's impossible. Uh, People have it worse than you. Saying plain and simple. People that like, oh, I wish I can do blah blah blah. Man, people don't have legs and they're running their ass off. People are doing with the one-handed and fucking planking. I mean, like I see like a deadlift. One guy that deadlifted like fucking 200 pounds one-handed. People are like fucking complaining about other shit. Like, don't fuck. There are no excuses in that.
Right.
So they just go and get it. That's it. So shit, I'm gonna tell my damn self because
Those
I
little
gotta listen to
reminders.
myself and listen to you because you're an inspiration for myself too. So
Well, I appreciate that. I do this stuff for myself, and if people get inspired along the way, then hey, then I'm doing something good here.
we change one life. I'm happy.
And I hope that we as a team can help influence other people in general as well. I one thing I would like to add is I really hope that the audio has been killer in this episode because we have well, at least I have a new mic, as you guys hopefully can kind of hear the difference.
Sound great, Damien.
Um and then our next episode, Adrian should be up and running as well. So we
Yeah,
shall
we should
see on
definitely
how.
do a live also on Instagram. Do a live episode.
I mean, I'm down. I just don't know how to do it.
Don't you trip. I'm a social media manager, bitch. I got you.
You get it done. You get it done. Well, also, our viewers, we are in the process of getting the merchandise. And I know I've said this on lots of episodes already, but as you've heard in this podcast, we literally, there's been a whole bunch of things that hopefully everyone can understand. But we are coming out with some stuff. We're just trying to get some kind of last.
I need some gear, my boy.
Yeah, so we're doing all that, but um, we will keep everyone updated on the drop that comes, and so you will be notified. And also, you can still see us on Spotify, Apple Play, all that stuff is still there. So there's about 16 platforms that we are on. And other than that, hopefully you guys have a great evening. I hope you have enjoyed the episode. And without further ado, I think we're going to go ahead and peace out.
Peace out. Subscribe to our YouTube.
Yes, definitely subscribe. And yeah, sincerely subscribe. All right, y'all. If you're driving out there, be safe. And till next time, stay grinding.
DGU podcast out.
Yes, sir.
Love it.